Okay, all you crazies out there in YouTube land, I did a video on this paper right here several months ago. Got hardly any views. Quite obviously nobody understood what it is or cared. That's just quite amazing to me. It's easy to understand. It's well explained. Evidently people don't care about this kind of stuff. That's beyond my understanding how that's even possible. The reason I want to go over this right here is because it has to do with this paper right here. So here we have the beginning of a cycle right here on this black line here. It's going to be 18.03 years. Cycle ends right here. There are 5 groups on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's right up here. That's the 5th. Remember, this 5 block is the end of a previous cycle. And this one right here is a cycle starting over and after this cycle ends here. These are moon counts right here that are in between each one of these eclipses. These are the eclipse years. You can find all these on the Saros cycles. Every single one of these will be eclipse occurrences on the Saros cycles. These are all, again, 6 moon counts. This is a 5 moon count. It's a separator between these blocks, between these groups right here. Group 1 separated by 5 moon count. Then it's going to go back to 6 moons. It's going to go to 5. It's going to be a separator again. Let's continue that all the way down here. These over here are the 88787. That's the number of eclipses that occur inside of each one of these groups. Right here you can see 1 through the 8 here. That's 8. There's another 8 here and 7. And so on down here. So see, I don't think there's this other stuff, all this other in here. I'm not going to explain that. That all has to do with the Tritanian cycle. And so I'm going to leave that part out on this one. And so anyway, this right here has the 887 patterns running through them also. You can see right here the 88787. Again, 8 eclipses that happen inside of that group, 8 and 7. And you can see the same, this one right here has the Saros cycle numbers on them. Here's the 117, 122, okay? And all the way down here are the Saros cycle numbers for each one of these eclipse occurrences here. And so this one's a little bit different, but you can see what the 6 moon counts between each one of these right here. And these have a 229 moon count between this one and this one. That's 19 years. And then the next one over here, that's they're going to be on odd to odd, is 19 years. You see that 19 right there. And then the 2 to the 4 here is also going to be 19 years. That's what all these right here are, 19 years. So they move in pairs right here. Those pairs are 235 moons in between pairs, which is the 229 plus the 6. This one right here has a 674 moon count separator between groups. As you can see, it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way down to 8. Same thing over here on this one, 8, and then separated by the 5. This one right here, again, is 18.03 years. This one right here, this block right here, this cycle right here is 594.99 years, which is 33 of these cycles. 18.03 times 33 equals 594.99 years. So there's a real significance in seeing what this is right here, because all of these right here are occurrences. All the green checked ones here, X'd here, are occurrences on the Saros cycles. Saros cycle numbers here, again, remember, these are all occurrences. Every single one of these is a green checked on here are occurrences inside of this entire block right here, except for this one in 2213. Only one of them out of 594.99 years moving in exactly these moon counts right here. 6 in between them this way, right here and 229 here. Again, that 229 plus the 6 equals exactly 19 years. And so moving in exactly this moon count right here, you look over on this side of 674 and 235 all the way down here, right? Or in the 229, 6, if you want to look at it that way, 229 again plus the 6 is the 235. From 1730 to 2270, all of those occur on the Saros cycle numbers. Again, moving in 19-year patterns. Those 19s again are moving from the odd Saros cycle number to odd Saros cycle number. Even Saros cycle number to even Saros cycle number also equals 19 here. So again, from 1730, it's moving in those pairs, moving in this moon count order here. Every single one of these is an eclipse except for the 2213 that happens inside of this 59499 block. So moving back in time over here, okay, there's 1730. Moving back in time here, and you get this right here. Again, this is a repeat. The Saros cycle numbers in this order right here, and this moon count order is exactly identical to this one right here. There's not any change in it whatsoever at all. So let's check this out right here. You see the what I call the now time or the current time right inside of here. This is pretty close to the center of this whole entire block right here. See this groups here, 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 and 5. So right in center, pretty close to the center of this block right here, we're in this current time right here. So now again, moving backwards in time, more, you're going to get a non-occurrence. Again, I pointed out because people seem to just go right over their head on this stuff. The order in the Saros cycles and the order in the moon counts is totally identical to this block. So, moving back in time, 1675, we get a non-occurrence. It means it does not occur on the Saros cycles. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there because they say it doesn't exist. Remember, understand that. It's not like they didn't print it or something like that. It doesn't exist anymore. The Saros cycle, moving back in time, didn't exist at that time. So, moving back further, okay, we have some greens here, some occurrences. All those occur on those Saros cycles numbers. We have non-occurrences. They don't happen there. They don't happen there. We have some occurrences and some that don't occur. Moving back in time. Moving back in time. Getting a lot of non-occurrences now and hardly anything that occurs. And then from that point right there. Yeah, well, from the zero, from this block right here, yeah, there. You got a few right there that are non-occurrences, a few that occur. Two last ones that occur. By the time you get to the 0893, that's the last one, and the rest of them are completely gone. None of those are coming back. They don't exist. They'll never exist as far as back in time as you want to go. So, moving forward in time from the center group here in the center block, and you're going to go all occurrences except for the 2213. Now moving more forward in time, we're going to get some more non-occurrences right there. See the 2 inside of that group, 2 in that group, 3 in that group, 4 in that group, 5 in that group, whatever that is. It's 7 in that group, okay? And then we have only 1 that is an occurrence in that group right there, and the rest of them are completely gone. They don't occur. They're not going to occur in the next block down here. If it was to have one on there, they'd be completely solid red, gone forever. They don't exist. They do not exist. So I'm going to point this out right here again. This is our current time that we live in. And these are all here. You go back in time, this order, they're not there. You move forward in time, they start to appear. They start to get that order going on for them. There's 3. Okay. Starting to develop an order. Starting to develop some precision in here and where they are. There's those. More organized. More organized. Until somehow, miraculously, we have this happen. Absolute miracle, right? Then one pops off on there, 2213. And we get more moving into the future. So it's gone. Doesn't exist. Just like it didn't exist back there. Somehow they all exist here. I'm still expecting that nobody's going to give one rat's ass about what was just explained right there, and that is astonishing.